Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie. I'm a 33-year-old zero-based cashless budgeter and stuffer. And we are here today to budget out my paycheck for the third week of December. So we are just gonna go ahead and get started with adding up what we have. So I have $19 from my Savings Challenge Saturday reallocation. So I finished this Happy Fall Challenge on the Savings Challenge Saturday video. And then I also got $456.93. I think I said that correctly. It's 5:30 in the morning, so I'm a little bit woo right now. But I got $456.93 from Amazon. So that is off to a strong start. Off to a really strong start. That is $475.93 to work with for the week. So I did not DoorDash this week, and it's not because I worked a lot of hours at Amazon this past week, which I did. Oh, here's 11. She wants to say hello. It's not because I worked a lot of hours at Amazon. It's actually because I had a crochet order for my Etsy business that I had to get done by yesterday. I actually don't have it done yet, but I am 9 rows away from finishing. And today is Sunday for me, so the post office is obviously not open, so I'm going to finish that, ship it out tomorrow. But I had a lot of work to do on those sweaters and didn't get the chance to DoorDash this week, which is unfortunate because at one point there was an extra $7 per order, and I would have really loved to have gotten that extra money. But $475.93 is still a really nice number to work with for the week. So we are going to put that 93 cents straight into the Roundup Challenge, and that is going to leave us with $475 for the week. So let's go ahead and get started with my variable expenses, like always. So buffer we're going to skip. We always skip buffer. It just covers my transactions until I move the money out of my envelopes and covers any IOUs I have. Crochet by Jamie. We currently have 20, 30, 2, and 3. I did have to pay for shipping for that order, which was like $12 or $13, I think. We're going to add $10, and that will mostly cover that transaction. Sorry, my cat found a piece of garbage that she's playing with. She loves garbage. Gas currently has $50, $70, $85, $86, $87. So we've been doing 60, but I'm actually driving less because I'm not really door dashing right now. So I'm just going to do 50, and that should be good. That's still almost 2 full tanks of gas. And I do have extra in this envelope. Groceries, we have 20, 40, 55. That is a really good number. I did pick up some groceries, and I do still have meal prep left. So let's do 20 for this week. Prescriptions, we're gonna give it its normal 5. And then spending, I did a lot of spending that I shouldn't have this week, or that I guess that I didn't need to, not that I shouldn't have. But we had $15. So instead of its normal 10, let's do 20. And that should be good to cover that. So in my variable expenses for the week, $105. Okay, so moving into my high priority binder. Starting off with car costs. Let me get this thing to lay flat. Starting off with car costs. My envelopes are all splitting. We had $425. Spoiler alert, did go get my tires changed, and it was not as much as I thought it would be, but it was definitely more than I have in this envelope. But right now we'll just do 50, and we'll help chip away at that IOU that we're going to end up having after I do my unstuffing this week. Debt payoff currently has $210. Let's just do 20 in there, so we can still fill in at least a couple of bubbles, but It's not my number one priority right now. My number one priority right now is festivals. So we have 150 in here, and I did move my my ticket tracker from my festivals, my bonus festivals envelope, which just holds my trackers, into this envelope. So we have 150 colored off. We have 150 in the envelope. We're gonna do another 100 this week because tickets will go on sale within a month, most likely. And I'm expecting them to cost about $600, so I am pretty far behind and just want to make sure that I have that covered. And then we have to save up very quickly for my EDC costs, and then after that we can kind of chill. Not going to EDC next year because I'm going to Hawaii instead, so it'll just be my Lost Lands stuff, and that will be like $1,000 total, and we'll have an entire year to save for that. Gifts, we have 10. I'm right now saving. I bought all of my presents. All my shopping is done. I have one thing left to finish making. And then we are now saving up for a trip to the casino with my dad and my grandma. And then taking them out for dinner after. I would like to have $150, $200 in here by the end of the month. So let's do $20 right now. And then taxes, we're actually going to skip because I did not DoorDash. My Amazon income is taxed already, and Savings Challenge Saturday is just a reallocation. So there's nothing to pay taxes on this week. So we're going to go ahead and skip that. I've locked my neediest cat out of the room. So if you hear scratching on the door, that's her. She'd like to get in. So in high priority, we are budgeting $190. Okay, so moving into my low priority binder. We're not going to do anything too crazy in here. Body mods, saving up for tattoo or piercing. We're going to give that $2. Electronics, saving up for an Apple Watch if I don't get one for Christmas. It is on my Christmas list. We'll see if that happens. We're going to put $1. Fitness, we'll do $5. Hair, I do have my appointment scheduled for, I think it's January 19th, January 16th, mid-January. We do still need another, probably, what was it when I did my cash condensing? We had 145, so we needed about $65 or $75 as of the last condensing. So we're gonna do 10 this week. Shindigs and Shenanigans is looking pretty paltry at the moment, so definitely need to do some stuffing here. I don't think I have any plans to hang out with any of my friends anytime soon. I might just like hang out at my friend's house, but obviously won't spend money doing that. But we're gonna put $9 into Shindigs. And then travel for that trip to Hawaii that I mentioned, we are gonna do $5 this week. So in my low priority, we're saving $32, or allocating $32. And then for my final binder, my long-term savings, starting off with 52 cats. We are doing quite a number of cats this week. We're actually going to knock out most of what's left in here. So we are going to do let's start with the highest. We're going to do the $20 cat, the $18 cat, the $17 cat, the $16 cat, the $15 cat. No, that's wrong. No, it's not. I was right. I just have my my spreadsheet. I have them in a weird order for some reason. Okay, so we're doing 20, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, and we're going to knock out the 5. So $105 total for 52 cats. And then we'll just have most of this bottom row. And then my plan is to try to get that done next week so that we can reallocate by the end of the year, which would be very exciting. And I hope that we get to do that. we'll see if that happens, if I actually get the chance to DoorDash this week, but whatever happens, happens. I'm hopeful, but we'll see. Okay, for regular cats, I guess this is real cats, my cats, their savings fund. We're going to give them $5 this week. For my home improvement fund, we will give that $5 as well. For my medical fund, we will also give that $5. For my month ahead, which is my emergency fund, so the first goal is $1,000, and then an actual month ahead. Whenever I save up that first $1,000, I will then look at all of my bills, my debt payments, and how much money I spend on stuff in general in a month, and decide what this tracker needs to be redone to. So right now every pig is $20, and then I have 50 pigs on here, so $1,000. But we will figure that out whenever we get there. But for right now, we're just going to do $10 into my month ahead fund. Roundup is just getting those 93 cents. And then Savings Challenge Saturday this week, we should be able to do $18. And that should bring us to a zero-based budget if I did all of my math correctly. So let me make sure I did all of my math correctly and add up my savings. So 148.93 plus 32 plus 190. It's 105, and this should equal 475.93. And it does. Yes, that's very exciting. Okay, love whenever I do things right. I was going to say I never do things right, but that sounds very negative. I generally mess up one or two small things when it comes to doing my budgeting or my cash stuffing. But I've always figured it out in the end, so it's always all good. But the next thing that we're going to do is do my cash breakdown so I can see what bills I need to pull whenever I do my cash stuffing. So Crochet by Jamie will get a 10, gas will get a 50, groceries a 20, prescriptions a 5, and spending a 20. Car costs will get a 50, debt payoff will get a 20, festivals will get a 100, and gifts will get a 20. Body mods will get a 2, electronics a 1, fitness a 5, hair a 10, shindigs a 5 and 2 2s. Travel will get a 5. 52 cats. Same thing as last week. I'm not going to stuff each cat individually. That's a ton of bills. But I can do this in 2. So we're going to do a 100 and a 5. Cats, home, and medical all get 5s. Month ahead will get a 1 or a 10. Round up. We'll see if we actually do need to put $1 into it or not. But for now, we'll just leave that out of the budget. And then Savings Challenge Saturday will get 18 ones. So that is 200. That's the most hundreds that I've stuffed in a long time. 150s, 80 in 20s, 30 in 10s, 40 in 5s, 6 in 2s, and 19 in 1s. So we'll add this up and make sure that that also equals the 475. $475. Perfect. So that is going to be it for this video. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really, truly do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I want to give a special shout out to, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, Neens Budgets, who always comments on all of my videos. I really appreciate her. I appreciate everybody else who comments and subscribes and likes and does all of the things. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Wednesday for my cash stuffing.